Pranks between roommates are nothing new, but sometimes the joke ends up backfiring in the most unexpected way. That's exactly what happened to a college student named Jason who thought he had cooked up the perfect prank for his roommate only to have it blow up in his own face. Literally, Jason was the kind of guy who loved practical jokes. From hiding alarm clocks under the bed to filling shampoo bottles with mayonnaise, he was always scheming up ways to make his roommate, Derek, jump, scream, or roll his eyes in annoyance. Derek tolerated it most of the time, though he promised one day he'd get revenge. But Jason wasn't worried. He always thought he was 2 steps ahead. One afternoon, Jason decided it was time for his masterpiece prank. He had seen a video online where someone filled a bucket of water, balanced it on top of a door, and waited for their friend to walk through. The result? A hilarious splash. Jason figured it would be simple, classic, and unforgettable. He quietly filled a large plastic bucket with cold water, tiptoed to Derek's room, and carefully balanced the bucket above the doorframe. With the setup complete, he positioned his phone on the desk to record the prank in action. He could already imagine the slow-motion replay and the flood of likes and comments once he posted it online. Now all he had to do was wait. Minutes passed, then an hour. Derek didn't show up. Jason grew impatient. He paced around, checking the phone, recording, making sure the bucket was still steady. Finally, he heard footsteps in the hallway. Excited, Jason dashed into the room to hide and get a better angle. Without thinking, he pushed the door open, forgetting entirely about the trap he had set. In an instant, the entire bucket of freezing water came crashing down on Jason's head. The shock made him yelp. His phone caught everything, and the bucket bounced off his shoulder before rolling across the floor. Jason stood there, soaked, hair dripping, clothes plastered to his skin, staring at the camera with the realization that he had just pranked himself. Right then, Derek walked in. He stopped in the doorway, saw Jason drenched and shivering, and burst into uncontrollable laughter. "Dude, did you just prank yourself?" Derek asked between gasps for air. Jason tried to play it cool, muttering something about testing the setup, but Derek wasn't buying it. He grabbed Jason's phone, watched the footage, and laughed even harder. Within hours, Derek uploaded the video online with the caption, "My roommate tried to prank me. Guess who got wet instead?" The clip spread quickly, with people calling it one of the funniest prank fails they'd ever seen. Comments poured in, instant karma at its finest. He set the trap and still couldn't escape. Give this man a medal for pranking himself. Jason became an unwilling internet star. Friends teased him. Professors joked about it in class, and even his family called to say they'd seen the video. Though embarrassed at first, Jason eventually leaned into the joke. He admitted in an interview with the campus newspaper that sometimes the prank gods just decide to teach you a lesson. Ironically, the failed prank ended up making Jason more popular than any of his successful ones. People loved how genuine his shock and embarrassment looked on camera. And many said it was refreshing to see a prank that didn't humiliate someone else, but instead humbled the prankster. Derek, of course, enjoyed the situation even more, reminding Jason daily that he would never let him live it down. The story spread beyond campus, turning into a classic internet meme. One popular caption read, "Set trap for roommate. Trap caught roommate, but it was me." Another version showed the clip with dramatic music, labeling Jason as the architect and then the victim in quick succession. In the end, Jason admitted that the failed prank taught him a valuable lesson. Sometimes the funniest jokes aren't the ones you plan on others, but the ones life plays on you. And while he still loved pulling pranks, he now double-checked every setup, making sure he wasn't the one in the splash zone.